What is up, everybody? It is Game Fanatic Cook, and today I'm doing something that I've never done before. I'm hating on Fear and Hunger. Now, chill. I love this game. It's kind of made my YouTube career, if we're being honest right now. It's done a lot for me. I love the game. I play it non-stop, and it's one of my favorite indie games I've ever played. However, no one talks about the bad things about Fear and Hunger. At least from what I've seen, I've never been recommended a video. I've never seen a video that talks about where Fear and Hunger kind of falls short. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about just 5 simple things that I really don't like about Fear and Hunger, and that really makes the game experience like a lot lower quality to me, and why it probably isn't my favorite game of all time, because some of these things are just such big deals. It doesn't really make sense why it wasn't implemented or fixed. I get it was a one-person team. They did an amazing job making this game, and in Fear and Hunger Termina, almost all these issues are fixed. But you know, I'm just going to talk about what makes Hunger not the best game ever sometimes. First thing I want to talk about is just the glitches. Not even the glitches, but just the patch notes and testing things that were left in the game. For example, we got where you can pick up Outlander and Darcy right away at the beginning of the game. That should have been patched out. You know, there's the infinite empty scrolls as well, which should have been patched out. Infinite lucky coins, which also should have been patched out. And then there's a lot of black screens. I don't know if you guys have experienced too much, but especially in the gauntlet at the end of the game. And then sometimes just randomly throughout the game when you're switching loading screens, your entire screen will just go black and you're still playing the game, but you can't see. And no, I'm not talking about your torchlight runs out. I'm talking about the game legitimately just goes black and you can't see anything. You can't see the menu. Nothing works, even though you can still hear the game playing in the background. These glitches have a huge negative effect on the game because they happen fairly often. Like the black screen and stuff does, the out of bounds glitches that you can get yourself into. These things happen fairly often. It's pretty disappointing. And then when it comes to like the lucky coins, the empty scrolls, and then Outlander and Darcy, it just takes away from the game because there's just something that makes the game so easy and trivial right in front of you, and it kind of really ruins the experience, I would say, if anyone experiences that or uses that. And it also lets people kind of cheese the game, and it takes away from like the honor of actually beating the game on hard mode, the honor of actually going through the game, during the trials and tribulations, when you know that someone else can post that they've beaten the game as well, show the proof they've beaten it, but they probably cheated the whole time. It kind of sucks, you know. It just doesn't feel great. Next thing I want to talk about is something that inspired me to make this video, and that is the crashes. Dude, this game has an issue with crashing. let's just keep it a buck. This game crashes quite a bit. I don't know what's going on in the code. I'm not interested in looking at the code because it's just something I'm interested in messing around with. This game crashes quite a bit, and normally crashing isn't a huge deal in games to me. You know, like Fallout New Vegas, one of my favorite games of all time, it crashes quite a bit, but you can save whenever you want. In Fear and Hunger on easy mode, on normal mode, there's not a lot of points where you can save, and when you save, it's a coin toss if you get to save safely or not. So the fact that saving is so hard in this game, the game can crash and lose tons of progress at any moment, really sucks. And then when you take into account things like hard mode, right, where you can't save at all, and if you're 2 hours into a run and you crash, that's really bad. And with how often crashes are, you can expect to crash every couple hours. Now, I've gone 30 hours straight, right, of gameplay without a single crash. Amazing. But then sometimes it acts up and I get 18 crashes in 10 minutes. It's just random how it works. And this is just such a bad thing to have in your game. Crashing, particularly when your save system is so cruel. And I like the save system in Fear and Hunger. I like the save system in hard mode. I like roguelike games, but roguelike games have to be patched to where crashing will not make the game so bad, because you can't save, and that's such a huge part of the game, and the fact that crashing is so common is a big thing that sets this game back, in my personal opinion. I'm sure most of you can agree. The next thing I want to talk about, and that was just more like how the game is set up and built, the glitches and crashes topic, but now we're going to be talking more about game decisions and game design decisions. First off is the trivial fights. Most enemies in this game can be easily trivialized if you know the right thing to do. Like, there's certain enemies where you can just, like the Francois New God, I don't know how to say his name, right, the armor guy. You can just talk to him into infinite death, right? Like, he'll just never attack you if you use the right dialogue. And there's cheese like that for a lot of the game. They make the salmon snake too easy to cheese as well. They make Francois too easy to cheese. If you know how to beat like the prison guards, you can beat them every single time without issue. There's just so many enemies that can be cheesed, and it kind of sucks because it makes, I don't want to say it hurts the replay value, because this game does have a ton of replay value, but it does hurt the replay value just a little bit when you know so many of these fights are going to be such jokes. You know, pretty much every New God fight can be cheesed. And it's the worst part is it's the biggest fights in the game that have that issue. A lot of the smaller fights, you know, say the prison guard, it's more decision making that makes them easy because you learn what their moves are. But just later in the game, there's just straight up cheese that happens a lot, and it kind of hurts the game a lot when you replay. So that kind of sucks if you have any knowledge of the cheese, or if you look up the game and you learn cheese, and it's like now you have to use the cheese to beat the enemy easily because you know it, but you wish you didn't know it because now it makes that fight suck. So that's another issue in the game, but it's not a huge issue. That's probably the smallest of the 5 issues, if I'm being honest. Next is the lucky coin moves, you know, particularly like what the Harvest Man does, or even the Dark Priest at the beginning of the game. These are just 2 of the moves I bring up. I can't think of any more right now because I'm an idiot, but the fact that there's a move that can insta-kill you based completely on bad luck just doesn't really sit right with me, especially like I said in a roguelike game where saving is difficult and death does mean so much. Having moves just instantly kill you with no chance to defend yourself and at no fault of your own because of bad decisions just really kind of sucks. It's kind of a bad game design decision in my own opinion. If I made this game, I definitely wouldn't include any moves that insta-kill based off luck. It just really sucks, you know? Especially if you were playing for a long time, you put a lot of work into a playthrough. Let's say you're on hard mode even. You're in a 2-hour playthrough. You're trying to figure out how to beat the game, get a special ending. Next thing you know, the Harvest Man just fucks you up the ass. That kind of sucks, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, that's another issue I have. Once again, that's not a huge one, but it is bigger than the trivial fights in my opinion. Now, this is my biggest gripe with the game design issues by far, and this is my last of the 5 issues I want to talk about, and that is about dash. Why in the world do you just not start with dash? Can we all agree on that? Why in the world do you just not start with dash? Or why isn't it you just need one, you should just select rush straight towards mission and that instantly gives you dash. I don't understand dash not being an immediate feature in the game, which Termina does well. Termina takes away that dash option. They're like, you know what? You can run fast and move fast whenever you want because it makes the game playable. If you know what dash does, if you have the ability to dash, the game is borderline unplayable if you ever don't use dash. The game's just unplayable. Even and then without dash, you know, I played my first playthrough without dash because I didn't know what it was, and it was impossible to avoid a single fight. And in this game, you're meant not to fight everything. You're not meant to go to war with every single enemy. But without dash, you have to. So it's just an integral part of the game where you try to avoid danger. It's taken away when you can't dash. You just have to fight everything when you can't dash. And that's why dash just be something that's a part of the game right away. It should either just be like an obvious option that you get that ability. You don't have to pick 2 different options throughout your player's backstory to get it. It should just be something that you hit, say, rush straight forward and immediately get. Or, better yet, it should just be automatically you move that fast, the dash speed. Because not having dash be automatic is just ridiculous to me and can absolutely destroy the experience for new players with how it destroys your mobility. It destroys it. It's so bad. Not having to, that to me is just the easiest decision in the world to be like, everyone should be able to move this fast. I don't know why you have to have a special ability to move that quickly when it should just be something that you should automatically get. That to me is just the most obvious decision ever, and I hate it because it really does hurt the new player experience. Because when you first get into the game, you're not going to have any clue how to get dash. You're not going to combine those 2 options together, right? You're not going to do that. So that's my last issue I want to talk about. Obviously, Fear and Hunger is an amazing game. I love this game. Don't hate on me in the comments. Please don't. You can watch, like, literally, I probably have over 100 Fear and Hunger videos. Maybe not over 100, actually. Okay, that was a bit much. I have a lot of Fear and Hunger videos because I played through the game on my channel. I played through Termina on my channel. I have all kinds of videos talking about it, like this, commentary videos. And it's been a super special game to me. That was a special place in my heart. But, so don't come for me, please. That's what I'm saying here. But yeah, there's definitely some issues I wish were fixed, and if these issues were patched or fixed in the game, which they still can be, that would make the game experience, especially for new players in particular, so much better. And since the game is still getting so much popularity so quickly, even right now, this would be awesome to have some of these patches or fixes in the game. Obviously, I know bro's busy with Termina and updating that constantly, which I love because Termina basically fixes all of these problems in my mind. Termina is a great game, but these are definitely some issues I don't like. Anyway, that's all I have. Sorry that was so long-winded. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out. Stay safe. Stay blessed. And see you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Bye.